What if I told you sleep quality impacts your decision making by 37%? So if you were working on a $10 million deal, that's $3.7 million room for error if you put it into numbers like that. In fact, one of my clients, Lucas, set company records on his sales team and says that a lot of his improvement was due to his sleep and his exercise and nutrition protocols. A lot of high achievers have this belief like, I'll sleep when I'm dead. But the reality is, when you sleep enough and get good quality sleep, more importantly, it will actually lead to higher output. So if your job and excelling professionally is a high priority for you, this video will really help, because everything that I'm gonna go over will help you actually improve your performance, make better decisions, and ultimately progress more effectively in your career. If you don't already know who I am, my name is Zach. I was trained as a biochemist. I've maintained my own health and fitness and sleep optimization across 20 different countries, and I've now helped over 100 traveling executives, consultants, sales managers, you name it, people who are on the road a lot, essentially dial in their sleep and optimize their energy levels. Today, you'll get my exact step-by-step protocol for doing just that has been used for executives at Fortune 500 companies. This video is going to have 4 sections. We're gonna start off with sleep and its actual effects on our cognitive abilities. Then we're gonna go into time zone travels and how to deal with and mitigate that. Section 3 will be the hotel room sleep system, and section 4 will be the implementation strategy of exactly what tactics you can start to implement today. Having poor quality sleep or not getting enough sleep can lead to decreases in cognitive capacity and decision making. Like I said, there's been a study that says actually 37% margins for error increase for participants that were sleep deprived. This also includes things like memory processing tasks, negotiation, leadership presence. When you're giving talks, the way that you carry yourself is all going to be impacted by your sleep. There are also consequences on our metabolism. It actually slows our metabolism down, increases the amount of hunger that we feel, disrupts our hormone function, and leads to decreased recovery. So now that we've established that sleep is incredibly important, let's go into sections 2, 3, and 4. Section 2 is going to be focused on time zones and how to deal with them. So first off, there's pre-travel prep. So before the trip, you can actually start to shift your sleep schedule onto the new time zone. So for example, I'm based out of San Diego, which is Pacific time. If I'm traveling to the East Coast, I can start to wake up a little bit earlier throughout the week so that by the time I actually get to the East Coast, I'm waking up on time. If I'm traveling to Europe, I can do this on even more of an extreme measure. So for example, waking up at 4 a.m. my time will eventually put me closer and closer to European Central Time. In the flight itself, there are 2 main things to focus on. Number 1 is consistent hydration. Number 2 is eating on the meal times of the place that you are going to, not the place you are coming from. A lot of times on airplanes, they will feed you and have all the lighting in the time zone that you're coming from, but what you actually want to be doing is pretending that you're already on the new time zone. So trying to sleep, having an eye mask and earplugs during the nighttime of your new time zone. Same thing with eating, skipping meals during the nighttime of your new time zone, only eating during the daytime for the new place that you're going to. Finally, once you get to the destination, within the first 24 hours, number 1 thing you want to do is get some movement. Don't do any strenuous heavy lifting because your body will not be adapted to it, especially if it's a big time zone change. But get your body moving, do some light cardio, some light strength training. And the second thing that you want to do is get light exposure. We have in our body something called a circadian rhythm, which is our natural body clock that tells us when to wake up and when to go to bed. And so the best way to reset this clock is to get out into sunlight during the daytime of the place that you are in. That will signal to your body, oh, it's daytime, I should be awake, I should be alert. And most importantly, you actually want to watch the sunset if you can, because that will also tell your body to start to wind down and that it will be time to go to sleep soon. All right, now you're at the new place. Let's talk about hotel sleep setup. Now, with hotels, there's really only a few key factors that you want to focus on. Number 1 is light, number 2 is sound, number 3 is temperature. When you travel, I always suggest bringing a very strong eye mask like this one. I will throw the link for this in the description, but ever since I got that, it has been absolutely game changing because it fully blocks out the light, right? Don't use one of those cheap ones that's like, you know, people give you for free with like their company logo on it, just total garbage. You need like a heavy duty one. Like, I mean, literally look at this. If you can see in the camera, like it quite literally will wrap around your entire face. It's got a really strong drawstring. And this is all very like soft and plush. So it's very breathable, very comfortable. So having a really good eye mask is so important for travel, because then you get to control your light conditions when the hotel you're in or the airplane you're in might, essentially you don't have control over. Second thing is sound. So again, always travel with earplugs. And the third being temperature. So our body's actually the ideal temperature range for us to fall asleep in is about 68 to 70 degrees. So if your hotel has a thermostat, as soon as you get there, immediately you want to set the temperature to that temperature range, which will help you get optimal sleep. All right, section 4, the actual implementable tactics. So number 1 is get an eye mask. If you don't already have one, you need one. Number 2 is you can also use a fitness tracker like an Apple Watch or a Whoop or an Oura Ring or something of that sort to actually track your sleep, just so you can see where you're at. One of my favorite quotes is that what gets measured gets managed. So if you measure where you're at, how your body's performing, how your recovery is doing, then you can learn when and where to make adjustments. The reality is, with a hectic traveling lifestyle, there will be nights where you don't get great sleep. That's just part of the game. But what we want to do is be able to control the controllables and optimize everything else around those days, right? So what we don't want is to be building progressive sleep debt throughout a week, because that's where the true cognitive impairment comes in. And that's honestly what ends up being really damaging for the body long term. In fact, sleep is one of the biggest indicators for longevity, believe it or not. So that just goes to show how important it is. And so hopefully your big takeaways from this video was that actually implementing these consistent practices is something you should do, is not as hard or as far off as it may seem. And if you do this properly, I'll put a bunch of my client transformations on the screen. This is the type of results you'll start to see in your body, because your metabolism will go up, your energy and your mood will go up. And just think about how much that's going to impact your work, your health, your family. If this video was helpful, smash the thumbs up button, comment your biggest takeaway down below, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.